Hey, I'm Casey, and we're going to talk about what you should do when you get stood up. Everyone hates this feeling. It's an awful feeling when you get stood up, whether it's on a romantic date or even a professional meeting. And it's a sign of disrespect to be stood up because most people have a calendar, most people have reminders, and if even after all the reminders and seeing your calendar, you still don't care about someone else's schedule or that you had agreed to show up to a meeting or a date, then it's a sign of disrespect and a show of inconsideration. So if you're on the receiving end of being stood up, here's what you should do. Before we dive right in, I want to share with you my free dating guide. It's super helpful and has helped a lot of people get set up on high caliber dates and meet really high caliber people online. When you get stood up, your first emotion is probably angry because you feel disrespected by this person. You feel that you carved out time out of your schedule for this date, and yet this person couldn't even give you a heads up that they couldn't come or something came up and they couldn't make it. Here's what you should do when you go on a date. First of all, set up a date where it's a venue that you were excited to try out, or maybe it's a familiar venue that you just enjoy going to. Because if you get stood up, at least you're going to a venue that you enjoy or something new that you can experience, and you can enjoy the food or drink at that venue or the entertainment. If your date has not arrived within 15 minutes and you have tried texting or calling or messaging your date and you have heard nothing from them, then it's absolutely acceptable for you to leave the venue if you want, or to just start eating or drinking before this person has arrived. It's a basic common courtesy that if you're running late or you won't be there on time, to let the other person know so that they know that you're still coming and that they won't just pick up and leave. The only exceptions for someone standing you up is if that person had a true emergency or they just happened to be so incredibly busy with their schedule and so many things popped up that they just completely forgot accidentally about the date. Most people who have an emergency or just genuinely accidentally forgot about the date will be apologetic and will be sincere about their apology and won't just completely brush it off as if it was no big deal. Only someone who lacks basic consideration and has a naturally selfish personality will think it's no big deal that they stood you up without a word. If this person sincerely apologizes and tells you that they are still excited to meet you and look forward to the next date, then it's up to you on whether or not you want to give this person a second chance to see if they will follow through this time. If this person strikes out twice, then you know that this person is an incredibly selfish person that you just thankfully did not need to meet and did not need to get to know in your future. And thankfully, it was just someone that won't be in your future and shouldn't be in your future. Don't worry, because a lot of us have all been stood up, whether it's professionally or even on a date, and you're not the only one to feel what it's like to be stood up. If this video resonated with you, remember to like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out my free dating guide that will help you significantly with online dating and matching with high caliber people that you are excited to meet. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.